Whoa, that looks so good.
I feel different.
You look beautiful. How do you feel?
Much better.
What's up, guys? I have been hanging out with my parents a lot more during this quarantine. One of the conversations that I had with my dad was that, like, he doesn't really look in the mirror anymore. Like, it's not, like, putting his look together isn't really important. Like, he's really set on taking care of his family. I think it's really interesting that somewhere along the line, as we get older, it's almost like a natural thing that we just kind of stop caring about presentation. I don't think that you can age out of wanting to look hot. And I get really huffy when people are like, she's a mom, she's old, or he's a dad, he's old. I'm like, who gives a I am very interested and invested in kind of giving my dad a makeover. My dad wears the same kind of look. He don't care, he don't give up. He's a very typical, like, Latino dad. If my mom doesn't buy him new chonies and new socks, he's gonna wear the same chonies and the same socks. I like your outfit that you have on today.
See,
Socks with your...
slightly tearing up.
I want him to feel empowered in the way that he looks. I want him to really step into his looks. And I wanted to just kind of give him some power back, to look in the mirror, to feel really good about himself when he walks by his reflection, and kind of just empower him in different ways in the world. I guess the way that I would describe my dad's style is like typical Latino dad. He just wears whatever is laying around the house. If it's clean, it's perfect. If it fits, it's perfect. If there's enough fabric to cover his culo and his area, it's perfect. This is how you usually dress.
Relax.
You know that people haven't worn V-necks since like 2008, right?
That's okay.
So I'm gonna style you. I'm gonna like cut your hair. I'm gonna give you some clothes and kind of modernize your look a little bit. Does that scare you?
No.
We don't really realize the different sacrifices that our parents make. My dad, as a younger father, he worked really hard towards becoming what it was that he wanted to be, but also he had to sacrifice a lot of his family time and sacrifice a lot of his own personal time just to make sure that there was food on the table for us. Sometimes in the face of life and trying to figure things out, things like aesthetic, things like beauty are really a privilege, and they are really something that we're not all allowed to have and we forget to think about. And so I wanted to give my dad a gift back. I actually enlist the help of my good friend Alden, who is the owner of Cool and Casual. It's a Black queer owned business here in LA. I have been going to him for years for all of my own looks. Alden has always been like there for me. He is like my style fairy godmother. So we had a little conversation so that we could just go over some looks, some ideas of what he had for my dad. I kind of forgot to follow exactly what he was telling me to do, but I used the items that he wanted me to use, and so it kind of became this amazing collaboration. So I think one of the first things that you want to do when beginning to do anything as far as style-wise, you want to figure out what you're going to do with your hair. My hair right now is super wet, so that's why I'm like trying to hide it, you know? Your hair looks fantastic. Great head of hair. One of the things that I actually think is super important about fashion and grooming is getting your hair cut at least once every 2 weeks. You don't have to go to the barber if you can't afford it, or if you can go to a $7 one. You can do it yourself. I'm not the best barber, but I'm gonna show you how I do it. Why are you acting like this? Why? It's like you stop blinking whenever the camera's rolling. You're like a reptilian. Blink! This is the dog clippers?
Yeah. You use the one for the dog on me too.
If you don't care, I don't care.
It's all the same. It just cuts the same. Let me clean it for you.
Okay. Good, right?
Looks really good. I have to take a shower and then make it look nice up here.
Yeah, I can style it for you after. I put some product in it and I combed it forward. It looks good. How do you feel?
I like it.
Yeah, you don't usually wear products. I put some product in it. Same product that I have in my hair right now. Actually, this is a Latina owned brand that we just put in, Lisos Curls.
I feel younger every time I get a haircut, right?
Yeah.
But like this, I think I'm beginning to like it.
These are the pants that you like to wear a lot, and you seem to wear a lot of V-necks. I brought you some recommendations. They're really easy. They're just regular t-shirts with some crew necks. They're just crew necks. They're regular old crew necks. So now it looks regular, right?
Yeah.
But since this is more modern, you already look, to me, in my opinion, a little bit more younger. So I'm gonna show you some little tricks that you can do to like make it look cooler. Okay. So I have folded your pants now, so it's not as like crazy. And then usually for standing purposes, they say if you put your shoulders up like this, up, all the way up towards your ears. Then stick them back and then bring them down. That's how you should be standing all the time. Okay, so I've now folded up your sleeves and I have asked you to tuck in your pants, your shirts. Yeah, this looks way better. So this is like a simple look that we just threw together. This is something that you could have in your closet. It's really easy and it already has like shifted the way that you look. One of the other things that I always recommend is a Pendleton. Some people like to button it to the top like this. I love this on you. I think you look great. These, you can either wear them out. I think they look nice and fresh out. You can also roll it. I already like pre-rolled it for you here. And you can also tuck it in. Let's try tucking it in. This is how when you look in the mirror, you can decide what your style is, right? So we tried it, we tucked it in. Also too, on a different day, we're gonna do shoes. Those shoes, we're not doing those shoes. But see, this look is not, I don't like it. Like, it doesn't look good. You look like one of the cowboys from Toy Story. It's already like a different fit, right? Like now you're wearing a medium versus a large. It's gonna fit you differently, but you are going to wanna like roll up your sleeves so that you can just modernize it a little bit. And the best way I would say is just use the thumb rule that I taught you. So just either use the length of your thumb or use the length from the tip to the first line on your thumb. The pant, you might wanna go with a different belt. You look so modern, look at that.
Especially after the haircut you gave.
Yeah. How do you feel with the small changes that I'm showing you?
Much better. It seems like it's younger, to some extent.
Yeah.
And it feels like it's practical too.
Yeah, but you want to look good for your age.
Right.
You know, like if you don't ever want to be like the type of people who are like, oh, I want to look like I'm in my 20s. Like, there's nothing wrong with being in your 50s. There's nothing wrong with being in your 60s. But like, are you gonna look like you care about your look in your 50s and your 60s? Like, who cares what weight you are? Who cares how short you are? Who cares how much hair you have? How little hair you have? What do you think about Dad's tight shirts?
That's nice.
You like it, or are you lying again for the camera?
That's okay.
Liar. Wow. I'm loving this look. I didn't pick those shoes, but you did a great job.
Thank you.
You look fantastic.
Thank you, sir.
So this actually you tried on this morning. I didn't have. So you put on the shirt and then you found, I gave you these pants. These are pants from Alden. And these are some shoes that you already had.
Yeah.
Those are pretty dope. I love that you rolled up your pants. Originally you had the shirt tucked in. And then I told you that it would be okay to tuck it out. It looks great.
Thank you.
Why do you suppose that people stop caring about their looks and their style?
I think people get too comfortable with their surroundings, their significant other, their jobs, and before you know it, it becomes like a normal to see yourself. Or maybe not even to see yourself. You're just running out the door and on to the next thing.
Like, do you feel better?
Well, I feel fantastic now. It feels like I can see myself in the mirror.
Yeah, I love that. Yeah. So today we were making you wear new shoes. How do you feel in these shoes? I heard you say that you didn't fit in them.
For a little bit. It depends how I was putting my feet in it.
How do you feel about this denim shirt?
I like it.
We gotta
I like it.
iron it
Iron it a little bit.
Color, yeah. That's where I usually like to wear mine.
Okay.
You can put your arm down. Yeah, so it's like, it's a little bit more chill. You can also just like make sure that this fits you differently.
Loosen it up.
Yeah, you can even go, you don't even have to button all the way up.
And show some of the hairy chest.
Yeah, you can even, with this one, I would even say that you can wear it open too. Like, it's a little bit more casual.
Okay.
I think that you also want to be mindful of your posture too. Trying on these pants again because I just wanted to show you too that you don't need that many clothes. You can make different outfits.
Variations. Okay.
Yeah. Hair's grown out already in a few days, but it still looks good.
Still needs probably
This is a
trim.
This is another outfit. You put your sandals on. I didn't pick those sandals. How do you feel in this outfit?
I really like it.
It's
warm right now, but I can still manage it.
Let's see what it looks like if we tuck it in. It's not really my favorite, but I guess we win some, we lose some, you know? But I think it's all about like experimenting with clothing, which I think is great. Would you wear this outfit again? You can be honest.
And maybe I would have to do it, but with
I think it would look cooler with jeans.
like this.
Yeah,
Look,
yeah,
you see the difference? Having
Yeah.
it on top.
yeah.
See, it's very doable.
Now you're teaching me.
Follow like.